After the Grit X2 Pro hit the scene, Polar has just dropped the regular Grit X2. This one trims down the size and price, but not much else. It's basically a sleeker version of the Pro with almost everything carried over intact. Polar has been teasing this release for a little over a week, and now it's official, at least in Europe and a few other international markets. There's no US release yet, and while Polar hasn't said why, the timing lines up with the recent tariff changes that could be getting in the way. But let's focus on what we've got. What's interesting about the Grit X2 is how little it changes. There's no new sensor tech, no new tracking tricks, and nothing added to the software. If you've seen the Grit X2 Pro, you've basically seen this too. The idea here seems to be about repackaging what already works into something a bit more wearable, and that starts with the size. The X2 Pro was a hefty device. It looks and feels like a serious bit of gear. Now the regular Grit X2 dials that back. It's still got a round case with 5 buttons and a rugged aesthetic, but the size drops from 48.6mm diameter to 44.7mm diameter. Thickness is down a little too, which means it won't fight for your jacket sleeve quite as much. The weight drop is even more dramatic, from 79 grams on the Pro down to just 62 grams here. That makes it lighter than even the titanium version of the Pro, which sits at 64 grams. So if bulk was your reason to hold off, this might be your answer. The screen is slightly smaller too, at 1.28 inches compared to the Pro's 1.39. The AMOLED resolution takes a small hit, dropping from 454 times 454 pixels to 416 times 416. But clarity should hold up fine for everyday use, so it's not a huge difference there. The build is tough. You get sapphire glass on the front, just with the Pro version, stainless steel on the bezel, and a polymer back. It's not quite the tank that the Pro is, but it's no slouch either. The one obvious cut is in water resistance, dropping from 100 meters to 50. If you're a swimmer or spend time in rough conditions, that might matter. But for runners and hikers and pretty much anybody else, it should be more than enough. Battery life also steps down. You go from a 488 mAh cell to 310 mAh. That brings GPS in performance mode down from 43 hours to 30. Eco mode dips from 140 hours to 90. And in smartwatch mode, you can get around 7 days, so slightly less than the 10 days you get with the Pro version. But unless you're off-grid for days at a time, it should still do the job. What hasn't changed is the sensor suite. You still get Polar's Gen 4 optical heart rate, Elixir biosensing, ECG, blood oxygen, skin temperature, and dual-band GPS. So it works. So even if the shell is smaller, the engine's the same. There are 2 color options, brown copper and night black. Pricing is set at around 480 euros, which is a big drop from the 750 euro of the Pro version. That makes the Grit X2 easier to justify, especially if you don't need all the rugged extras of the flagship. This one's for people who liked the idea of the Pro but didn't want the size or the spend. It's just as capable, more wearable, and easier on the wallet. If that sounds like what you've been holding out for, it might be time to take another look.